it's an exciting story here on the Autocar show today, but you're probably wondering, why am I standing here with two pretty similar looking cars? Well, there are differences. You notice them right up front from the lamps. The other car has got the LEDs, this has the slatted grille, that has the honeycomb, but it's on the side that you notice the big change. This is a two-door, not a four-door car, and that pretty much gives the game away, but it's really at the back. Then you know why. This is the Volkswagen GTI, and that's what we're going to drive on the Autocar show today. So this is not where the biggest difference is. Whilst the regular Polo GTI TSI we know has a 1.2-litre engine with 103 bhp, the GTI gets the Octavia's 1.8-litre unit with power bumped up to 192 HP and 250 Nm of torque. The biggest difference is here behind the wheel. Put your foot to the floor and you'll know exactly what it is. I mean, it's just responsive immediately off the line. There's this nice shove of torque and it just flies up the revs. It's a free revving engine. The needle on the rev counter climbs easily to the red line and the 100 comes up in just 7.2 seconds, which makes it seriously quick. Extend your right foot and there's bound to be a big smile across your face. It is one hard pass. On the flip side, when you have to cut through traffic, it takes a little getting used to. Small dabs on the accelerator make the gearbox shift down, and as a result you get a sudden surge of acceleration. But once you get used to the way it works, you can make overtakes and nip in and out of traffic gaps with a sense of confidence, knowing that the power will be served up every time you flex your right foot. The gearbox as well is really good. It's quick, it responds fast. It's pretty aggressive when you put your foot flat to the floor. You feel the shift, but you've got power exactly when you want it. And I think the engine and gearbox really work very well together. Shift it into sport and it holds the gear nicely to the red line. In fact, even in the regular auto mode, the gearbox adapts itself to your driving style. If you're driving at a quick pace, it shifts down quicker and sharper, flipping the throttle once it senses you've been putting pedal to metal. Drive it leisurely and the shifts are smoother and more spaced apart. Find a nice windy section of road, use the paddles to extract just that little bit more fun. Levels of grip are just amazing. And the steering too, it's well weighted, it's meaty, and it offers you just the right amount of feedback that you want from the tires. Inspires only this confidence to go with the amount of power this car has. Though it's not edgy and the nose doesn't dive into corners eagerly, it still goes around corners in such a sure-footed manner that you carry a good amount of speed around the bends with ease. The 215 tires reach onto the road and don't let go, and it's only when you get overly aggressive on quick direction changes does the GTI break traction. But a slight twitch and it settles right back. Yes, this is fun to drive up a winding section of road. When you get in initially, you'll find the brakes a bit grabby and it takes a little while to get used to them. But when you want to slow down in a hurry, you'll find that they are just spot on. It's all four-wheel disc brakes and they work extremely well. In fact, with the amount of power in this little hatch, it's a reassuring feeling to know that the brakes are so good. Now this is the India package, so there are some changes to the setup. We get the 16-inch wheels as standard. You can opt for the 17-inch ones too. It's not as low to the ground as the European spec, and even the setup is a little softer, so you do get a little bit of that vertical movement. A slightly tauter, firmer setup would have been better. But having said that, ride quality is surprisingly pliant, and the GTI, even at higher speeds, seems composed enough. It must be said, though, that this is really not a car to be sitting in the back seat. This is one to be enjoyed from behind the wheel. The GTI on the inside carries the tartan upholstery with the red double-stitching accents across the cabin and even edging on the mount. The sportier pedals and the steering with the GTI logo lets you know what this car is all about. The dials are different to the regular car, with the numbering in a different font, and the temperature gauge and fuel counter in analog versions nestled inside the rev counter and the odometer. The infotainment screen is different too and larger, but there's no rear view cam and only sensors. Yes, in this expensive a car, you expect a little more, and you missed a few features that could easily have been there. Well, as you've seen, I've had a smile on my face all day. There's no two ways about it. This car is fun. It's involving, and it's one of the best driver's cars around. It definitely ticks all the right boxes. But here's the thing. It drives like a bomb. But at 25.99 lakh ex-showroom Delhi, it also costs a bomb. So this is not something that you can rationalize. This is not something you buy with your head. It's something you buy with your heart.
Coming up ahead, we drive the new Gen Jaguar XF.